Boys, we're back with another video, TTVE_thin, live almost every single day. Good morning, Lily. How are you? So we are watching the worst gearing system in Gacha Games. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I just got two really bad echoes. I was baited by another Gacha content creator by the name of Atoma. And so I want to show you why Wuwa has the worst gearing system of all time. Also, Fall Asleep, how are you? We got 12.8 defense, no crit rate, no crit damage. There goes a month of farming. All right, let's just get into it. Let's see what it's about.
If there's one thing that kills my excitement for a gacha game, it's working with a needlessly convoluted gearing system.
True.
Genshin's artifact grind, Withering Waves' echo abilities, Nikkei's overload gear, Girls Frontline 2's weapon attachments. From farming RNG relic substats to a separate equipment banner to pull from the gacha game market has progressed to a point where at least some of these systems are in place one way or another. Mobile games are in nature live service, and most people understand that there must be some form of player retention in place in the game mechanics to keep you coming back daily. I doubt most people enjoy farming artifacts or grinding the living hell out of endgame upgrades. At most, it's something to be tolerated. Now, I played a number of gacha games to this day, and something I wanted to answer is, how bad can a gearing system get?
It gets
How
bad.
messy can the web of upgrades to keep track of
what game
be?
is this?
In this video, I want to split each category of how a gacha game implements its retention mechanics into 5 different tiers, all with varying types of ways to retain you as a player to come back. After introducing this list, I also want to answer the question of which game I believe has the worst gearing system I've seen so far.
Which one do you think actually has the worst? I did play a little bit of Epic 7, but I never really hit the end game, so I can't speak on their gearing system. But like, I don't know if FGO has a bad gearing system. Is it bad that I recognize pretty much all these games? Oh yeah, I mean it is. You gotta get it. You gotta get your life together. Let's go Primal. Genshin or HSR? I think HSR is probably better than Genshin's just because they have that stat roller thing now, right? And ours is kind of shit in Genshin. E7 only because it's PvP, so perfect gear is required. Ooh, that's a really good point, Heaven. It's a really, really good point. Oh yeah, you might be cooking on to that. I mean, yeah. If it's not E7, then it probably would be Genshin, right? I think again, I don't know about FGO. I actually love my life, so I don't play that game. But yeah, okay, interesting, very interesting stuff.
My name is Psyche, and let's get back on the grind.
Summoner Wars.
So first, there's some rules and definitions I want to set regarding how different gearing systems work. The success of a live service game is often measured in a metric called daily active users. Yeah. I personally find it pretty intriguing that this term...
Welcome in Wisdom. How you feeling? It doesn't have... Okay, got you. Yeah, I've never played it. Maybe we will do FGO stream to be miserable together, but yeah.
Software development refers to players as users. Since these games are free to download and play, they need to find some way to engage and monetize its player base through other means.
Yeah.
In an ideal scenario, DAU should hold steady and even gradually increase over time. One of the necessary evils given birth through the live service model is the gearing system.
Yep.
Regardless of how it's implemented, these are researched and refined to be what works the best. Usually in a gacha game, there can be 1 or 2 secondary ways in which a character can be upgraded. If you ignore primary methods like leveling them or their
reverse,
those 2 secondary ways are equipment and relics. I define equipment as a single piece of equipable gear to a unit. It works independently from other gear and can often be swapped out freely.
I got you right after we finish this. Right after we finish this video, brother. It might be like this video is like 20 minutes, but the second I finish this, I got you, homie.
The equipment can either be a weapon or apparel of sorts, but there's little to no RNG involved in either obtaining it or how it functions. Well, unless you count pulling it from the gacha, if that applies. This is pretty straightforward if you play any MiHoYo games. Most equipment in gacha games can either be pulled from the gacha or earned in some way for free. I define relics as pieces of gear coming in more than sets of 1 that can be slotted into a character to enhance their stats or abilities. There's some form of RNG elements to them, either the method in which it's farmed or any substats that they may be able to roll. It's the combination of all relic pieces that gives you a desired result. You can kind of think how if you only slotted in some, but not all of the slots, then the build would feel incomplete. You might be able to reroll said substats at times, but regardless if you can or not, these will qualify as relics.
You know what I will say? A game that actually has really, really, really good gearing system from what we've tried is NTE. NTE's gearing system in the beta was actually pretty fucking solid. Like, you bought the puzzle pieces from the shop, or you get them through resin means, but then they tell you all the substats immediately. So if they tell you all the substats immediately, you know if that piece is garbage or if that piece is worth using. And so I will say, like, although NT I think is going to be, unfortunately, kind of DOA a little bit, really, really good gearing system. Like 1000% super good gearing system.
Again, I don't imagine.
I hope a lot of gacha games copy that. I really do. But I don't know if it'll happen, but I hope
people
so.
will have trouble.
Also, I got you, brother. Don't worry, man.
Between
his chat's been busy, so.
With that out of the way, let's move on to the 5 tiers.
EOS before release.
Here is how I classify how each gacha designs its gearing system.
The worst part, I can't wait to try NTE. It's just wait for Ananta. Just wait for Ananta. The worst part of all the 4 Hoyo games is the highest rarity doesn't guarantee 4 subs. That is so ass, bro. I actually, to build upon that, the reason why Sanctifying Elixir is so dog shit is because you don't always get a 4-liner. You'll get a 3-liner. And so you'll get a 3-liner, and then after that, now one roll is already fucking, it's a waste. It's a waste. So it's just, yeah, they fucking suck, man. It's fucking ass.
Obviously, searching for the worst one out there only makes sense when you can compare it to something it's worse to.
Yeah.
Please note that this 5-tier list is not necessarily an objective best to worst list of game design, as some players may see things a bit differently than I do.
This dude's already better than HC
I like
Casual.
To categorize the gearing mechanics
I love it.
in a gacha game.
I love it.
There will be pros and cons
good morning.
to each
Good morning.
approach,
How are you?
but I'll be disclosing which one I think is the worst at the end. This is also not an exhaustive list. I undoubtedly have not played every gacha game there.
Is that like a tattoo? Like, can we talk about it? Is that a tattoo? I don't know. Is that a tattoo? I'm just confused. Tactical distraction clothing. Rapid cabinets is crazy. Is this a tattoo? Thank goodness it's not November.
There is, so I'll be limiting myself to showing examples for the ones I'm already familiar with.
Oh, man.
Tier 1 is what I call the elementary. This is the purest form of progression with virtually zero RNG involved. Tier 1 gearing systems have either 0 or just one form of equipment needed on a character. But that equipment must be earned or bought with in-game currency. It cannot be pulled from the gacha, nor directly purchased with cash. In addition, or lack thereof, there's no relic system at all. The 2 games I can accredit this tier to are games such as Reverse 1999
Would you
and
prefer
the late
that?
Alchemy Stars. In Reverse
Yeah, I play the gacha games. I play pretty much the big 4.
1999, the side tube is equipped by units to gain additional stats and passive skills. The side tube effects are concretely set, no RNG in that aspect. You must purchase these in the in-game shops, and it's not possible for side tubes to drop from the gacha. In Alchemy Stars, every unit's weapon is already pre-attached to their kit. It's not even necessarily a weapon, but rather just another avenue in which you can put upgrades to. I'll throw Arknights in here too, but just know that I've never played it myself, so I can't be 100% sure this is the model the game has. In order to make up for the lack of having an equipment gacha banner type, these games may make dupes more desirable to incentivize players to pull more copies of it.
I wasn't trolling, brother. Thank you for the DM. I was not trolling, by the way.
Other than that, games with this model tend to be grindier to max out all the upgrades. For example, when you ascend a unit, their level resets back to 1 with their level cap increased, and you have to level them again, repeating for the total amount of ascensions they can undergo. Ultimately, you have to put in more XP for a full enhancement. The side tube slot in Reverse 1999 can also be limit broken and even duplicated to give bigger boosts with a special item. These are typically given out in limited controlled quantities. The selling point of this model is that, well, first, not a lot of gacha games do this, so just the novelty of it can draw some players in. Second, the upgrades are slow, but they're guaranteed. There's a long road ahead of you, but you can see the finishing line in the distance. With each
That's like a, hey, make sure you're playing our game every single day function. Like that's the static and the metric he was talking about that people use as like that's why they limit talents in Genshin. Like no, like that. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of. Yeah, but no, I don't know how if I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that system. I mean, I've only played Scatter. Scatter, he showed his butt. Oh, I've only played Wisdom. Thank you so much for the follow, brother. I appreciate you. I have my alerts off, but thank you. Damn yeah, bro. It means the world. Did I wash your hands? No. Keep it going.
Upgrade you dump into a character, inching you ever so slightly ahead. The drawback is that there's no variation to your daily routine. It can lead to the same dull moments of you just logging in, doing your dailies, putting in the upgrades, then just logging off.
We're almost overreacting.
Unlike an RNG relic system, there's no thrill of the what-ifs of landing those godlike substats to excite you. Nonetheless, it is a design choice that some developers opt into.
Try PM me on the side. Just PM me so I can make sure I get it done.
And taking Reverse 1999 or Arknights as an example, this model clearly can work very well. Tier 2, the traditional.
Okay, but do you guys like that model? Do you guys like that model? Because I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like, I feel like it's either fixed or endless RNG. Yeah, it's, I don't know, man. I don't know. It gets boring for me. Also, once I finish reacting, I got you, brother. I gotta finish this up. It's hella grinded, but I'm still playing the game if it's good. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what it is, right? It's either you gamba and you get it either really early or you never get it and you keep playing, or you just consistently play the game for X amount of time to make sure you get it, right? So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I feel like maybe if the game, like you said, was enticing enough and better, I wouldn't mind it. The level up kind of sounds bad, not gonna lie to you. You want me to be honest with you? It kind of sounds like a Prestige in Modern Warfare. It like I actually don't that function to me absolutely depends on how crucial it is. Like leveling a character back to level 1, like are you no longer able to complete the end game with this character? I guess they're pretty much useless, right, at the moment, right? So, here are things for the follow. I appreciate you, brother. Welcome in. How are you? It's a prestige system that impacts stats. Yeah, it's a little weird. Either make it impossible to be perfect like WoWo or very easy like PGR. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that system. I genuinely don't know. I could see the positives. I could definitely see the negatives on it. And again, like imagine like if I'm interpreting it correctly, you're kind of being punished for prestiging your unit. Because eventually they'll get better, but what if you can't use them, right? Unless they keep the baseline stats. Also, Stride, just got your request. Perfect, brother. I don't know. Very, very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I also think it's really good that this person is covering gacha systems outside of the Hoyo realm. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Dragon, have a great day today, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I prefer this over any Hoyo and WoWo game. Really? Oh, PGR has fixed stats on sets, but you can get 2+ extra. I see. Well, I'm sure they'll break it down. I'm sure they're going to go into it, which is exciting. So we'll see.
The traditional approach is a callback to older gacha games while retaining elements of modern designs. Okay. Just like Tier 1, there is still no RNG relic system, but you are able to pull equipment from a gacha of sorts. The emphasis here is not that you have to pull it from the gacha, it's that you are able to at all. Okay. The games I'll accredit this Tier 2 include examples such as Fate Grand Order and Limbus Company. The Craft Essence slot is a singular piece of equipment to boost the servant's abilities, and the Ego slot provides an active skill that can be used. While it is possible to equip more than one, only one can be used and Egos cannot directly interact or affect one another, which does fall under my definition of equipment. However, both of these games still don't have any RNG relics to farm. Upgrades are still slow and guaranteed, but the introduction of equipment gacha can have its nuances in design. For one, you now have to consider not just characters to pull from the game's gacha, since now there is another avenue of upgrade that could be blocked behind additional monetization.
How long does it take, or how much do they throttle your progress? I think is my big question. These only have the weapon, yeah. Arknights to keep the stats. Like, how much does this throttle your progress of, say, like playing endgame? Like, is it a longer grind to get to endgame than it is because it's guaranteed progression mixed in with a little bit of RNG for the weapons? Than like, let's say a WoWo? Or are you able to get to endgame faster in a game like WoW or Genshin Impact or HSR because of the RNG, and you could get really lucky? I wish I played these other games a little bit so I could have a really good understanding of it. But if anyone has insight on it, that'd definitely be appreciated, because I'm very curious on how that would work. Archetype keeps stats. Even stage 50 get hundreds, I really pick every character, only need 6. I probably could build. Got you. I could probably build every character in the game, so it's easy. Okay. I just think the PGR systems, like, I don't think we will ever see a unique artifact system like something like this in a AAA gacha, in a second generation gacha. I just don't think it will happen. I think they're gonna the only game I think that will change would be Ananta. NTE was pretty good. But I actually don't know how you upgrade those. I don't think I upgraded any of them. The real gacha is the artifact echo rolling along. Exactly. PGR's UI is confusing. PGR, don't get me started, PGR.
The selling point is that these games can ease down on the requirement of pulling dupes of a character, since equipment gacha can make up a good chunk of its content and revenue as well. Overall, Tier 2 games can feel similar to Tier 1, but the addition of introducing equipment to gacha can have its distinctions. Moving on to Tier 3. Okay. This tier is what I call the moderate. Starting from now, these games do have relic systems, but feature character-only gachas. Equipment either doesn't exist or can only be farmed in-game. I will accredit
the crazy first time chatter. What's going on, Betty?
Nikke, Heaven Burns Red, and Path to Nowhere to this tier.
Okay.
Nikke's overload gear demands investment into rerolling its stats, which takes its respective currency, while also needing to farm the appropriate gear in random daily drops.
Wait, you could reroll?
HBR's accessories can also be rerolled, and gear rating is determined at random when it's crafted.
Say, hope you have a great day. Good morning, Stinky. Can we get a fast shout out for say, how are you? Also, members of PG are not random. You can choose a memory relic if you want. Gotcha, okay. The real gotcha is the friends you made along the way, exactly. But how are you, Say? I hope you're having a great day today, Stinky.
To Nowhere's crime brands is a bit of an interesting case. While the stats are set, there are still set bonuses, requiring relic pieces belonging to the same set to reap its benefits.
Okay.
And drops can also be random. The selling point is that main upgrades usually don't take as long as Tier 1 and 2 games, as the randomness of the relic system can create an illusion that a full character build can be short, which sometimes does actually happen. A popular argument that can be made to defend this is that you often don't need the perfect relics to do the majority of content in the game, and that's true. The main difference between having an RNG relic system and guaranteed progression is that for the former, once you upgrade a unit to its absolute maximum, while it is a slow process, you know that they are the most powerful version as they can be. When RNG is involved, there's a nagging feeling at the back of your mind that if only this relic had this stat, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
There's a lot more variability.
Ooh, that feeling of FOMO, baby. That feeling of like fucking serotonin or whatever it's called, when you feel something, like the gamble, it makes you feel something. Yeah. I mean, relic farming kind of fun. I don't think relic farming, I like relic farming in WoWa better than all of them because I could just farm them infinitely. It's just the Echo XP shit, man. It's just the Echo XC, you know? But yeah, it's good. Looking good. Say WoWa could be the cream of the crop, but it's already good while with the Echoes. Well, I say this all the time. I think like a lot of people defend the WoWa ecosystem because it's better than the competition, but that doesn't mean it's not flawed. Tuners is a waste of time. Even if you don't want to address Echo XP, get rid of Tuner. Get rid of it. It's bad. Like, it's bad. I'm always empty on Echo XP, man. Oh, for sure, Aeon. Yeah. Echo XP is 100% a problem. And again, a lot of people think it's not a problem because of the fact that that it's a good system, and it is a good system, but that doesn't mean it can't be improved. A shit on Tuesday and a diary on Friday, they're both still shit, right? I think mixing WoW is easy and you have the best version of kind of system. I agree with you 1000% play. Also, by the way, Aeon, thank you so much for the follow. My bad, bro. My alerts are off because we're recording, but I appreciate you. What is Echo XP? Oh, fuck. We're going to give Stry a whole breakdown. Jesus Lord. Just use level 0 Echoes? Well, they don't have that. They don't have that. Also, Walshy, welcome back. It's flawed. We need a place where we can solely farm Echo tuners. Exactly. Exactly, brother. Exactly, 1000%. It is a great base. It is an absolutely base. It's a great base, but they need to build upon it. You either remove tuners, completely, or you give more tuners and give fodder with these fucking echoes. Or another great way to fix it is just if you're data merging, give it tuners. Even if they don't give echo XP, bro. Like if they say fuck you, we're not letting go of that echo XP argument. You're fucked. You have to deal with this. I would rather the data bank give me 100 tuners every 10 echoes or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I really think that the tuners are the biggest issue for sure. Echo XP is not the problem. Tuners are. XP returns 70% and tuners only return 30%, so naturally tuners run out faster. Exactly. Nando's 100% right on that. Yeah. The tuners, I think XP personally is a problem, but I think tuners is the bigger problem that needs to be focused on more. 1000%. Getting good stuff as always much easier. It's the tuners and XP that are bad. Yeah. Some people, it's good sketches. Some people argue the reason tuners exist is to keep player retention, but that can lead to player burnout. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's absolutely, again, it goes back to what they said earlier, where it's like, hey, the player retention, it's like people I think would play the game more without the tuners. Because in theory, it makes you play longer, but in reality, a lot of people get discouraged, you know? No casual wants to sit there and grind for 5 million years. Yo, Lucinda, welcome in, brother. I hope you're having a great day today. I appreciate you. Thank you for the follow. Tuners are the biggest problem. Everything else is good. No, I think the Echo XP is still a problem. I think they're both still a problem, but yeah.
Now, the upper limit of min-maxing has been blurred. These games may have a secondary upgrade system similar to equipment, but at the end of the day, you still only have to worry about
also Lloyd was good, brother. How you feeling, man?
Pulling characters from the gacha. Tier 3 games can allow you to have a taste of feeling the immense amount of satisfaction of completing a character build or landing those perfect stats, while also not having to worry about another type of gacha banners. Of course, just like Tier 1, they can also make pulling duplicates more desirable in order to make up for the lack of equipment gacha. Tier 4, the Contemporary. This category is what I like to call the Genshinification of gacha games. When MiHoYo released Genshin Impact, something must have clicked for a design like this. While this system has appeared before, it's not until the artifact system dropped until it saw widespread use.
We're gonna go over the Genshin and Wuwa stuff while he brings it up, or like towards the end, because I want to let him cook before I go in on it. But yeah, I agree.
Of the modern releases will fall under the Tier 4 category.
Yep.
Here, you are able to pull equipment for the gacha, and at times even a dedicated banner for it. And there is a relic system with RNG substats.
Yep.
Genshin struck a balance in monetization and late game grind, because indeed, this model is shown to be very effective. So effective that a lot of other games copy it too. MiHoYo's other modern games, Kuro games with Withering Waves, Snowbreak, Girls Frontline 2, all share the same concepts.
Gen 2 gacha.
Whether this is a design choice you agree with or not, after the wide popularization of this gearing system, I can guarantee you that most of 2025 and all future releases will follow suit. This is the Pandora's box.
I just want to say, again, Hoyoverse sets the industry standard. We need to stop pretending they doesn't. This is why feedback is important. But I digress. I just want to make sure you know what I'm saying.
Box of player retention techniques. Given just how successful and impactful this model has become, all gacha developers until the end of time would either have to sneak a few glances at it or intentionally design the gearing system another way. That being said, this method of player retention clearly works quite well. Tier 4 seems to be a comfortable spot in which
No, so you hit it right on the head. You absolutely hit it right on the head. The difference between echoes is you can farm them easy, and you don't have enough XP/tuners. In Genshin, you have a lot of XP, but don't have enough artifacts. 1000%. Like in Genshin, I have infinite fodder because of the fact that you can just fodder any artifact. In Wuwa, I have tons of echoes and nothing to do with them, and that's the problem. So there's absolutely a middle ground that can be found, and I hope Wu will find it, but I don't think they will. I really, 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 really think Withering Waves is not going to change anything about echoes. You want my God's honest opinion? I really don't. I think they're going to leave it alone. That's the one thing I think they're standing on business on, and they're pretty much telling everyone to go fuck themselves. I just don't see it changing. You know, I would love for it to change, but I just don't see it. Many don't see it, but off-piece Genshin is huge. We're usually only farming for 4 pieces. 100% as well, HP. Off-pieces in Genshin Impact are fucking massive. Like, off-pieces, gamers, MTash here. And this like, that really helps a lot. And I would love Wu to have an off piece and stop this 5-piece set bullshit, make it a 4-piece set. But again, player retention. There has to be like a give and pull, but it is what it is, right? Like, you mean Echo enough? Yeah, 100% try. It's ass. It's ass. It's 100% ass.
Developers will try to aim for in order to have a good chance at getting their game in the spotlight. And why not? All the previous examples I mentioned are immensely popular. It clearly works, and players are generally okay with it. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. When Gacha Games first started doing this model, it was annoying, but it was novel at the time. There just wasn't anything quite like it, and the niche audience that played it was willing to deal with it. As more games do RNG relic systems, player tolerance of it goes down, which means that developers need to reach some form of compromise to make it look more manageable. There might be some way to get rare weapons
I got you 2 seconds, 7.
Relics might be very easy to obtain, or ways to reroll the substats. From a competitive standpoint, they need to design a way to entice players to come back every day while also appearing slightly more appealing than the competition. If there's a set formula that developers can follow when it comes to designing a gacha game, it would be Tier 4. The main advantages come from pulling duplicates to being more optional, and your daily routine is shaken up a little, even if it can be for the worse. You don't know what kind of relic substats you'll get, but there's no trickery, no additional layer on top of that. The RNG aspects only come in a few steps, and it can even be thrilling to land a good relic. You can imagine it as like a miniature spike of dopamine, and can almost feel as good as landing a rare unit.
He got that, and I got this. The duality of man. The duality of man, brother. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, you know. It's just fucking insane. We're gonna go over all the other. You guys brought up very good points that we're gonna touch on. I just want to let him cook the rest of this point before we move on. But yeah, I got you.
From the gacha.
We're gonna go over it.
Of course, RNG can also work both ways. You might be done with the character build in one try, and that would cut down on the grind immensely. But RNG can also work against you. If you happen to be unlucky, you could be farming for weeks or even months before getting your desired results. Another possible plus side, and I'm stretching it a little bit here, is that since most new releases use this model, your knowledge on how the gearing system works is shared to some degree. You have the basic gist of what to do without the game explaining
Limbus was good, Cat. How you feeling? Good morning, brother. Good morning,
good morning,
good morning.
If every new game does this, then you have a general roadmap on how to get to where you want to be. Now you might be wondering, Tier 4 system sounds pretty complete. It doesn't seem like the gearing system can get more complicated than that. Alright, psych man, if you've covered 4 tiers already, what on earth is Tier 5?
Alright, before we get to Tier 5, let's talk about the Echo stuff. So let me pull up a couple chats. What day 2.1 dropping? I don't know, Wash. I think it's people are telling me it's Thursday Eastern. I thought it was Wednesday, but you know. May don't see it, but I see it. Off-piece Genshin is huge. I agree. But wouldn't you say players upgrade? Let's pull that up. The only thing I could see them change Woo is how we get the return feeding echoes. Woo doesn't need to remove the 5-piece. Boom. 5 pieces lower RNG chance and off piece. I don't know what you mean by that. We'll go over that. Killian. Boom. And then yeah, I think we go. Okay, bam. All right, so Ethan, you're a piece of shit and stop streaming. All right, boys, that was it. Good stream. I see you guys later. I see you in the next one. Nah, but what did you say? Players upgrade echoes more frequently compared to artifacts in Genshin. That's probably why players run out of XP a lot faster. I mean, that is most definitely an argument. I think Wu's ecosystem is 1000% better. And obviously there's people who mismanage their echoes and stuff. But there's also a lot of players who are just struggling to get good builds because they're running out of XP because they just have horrendous RNG. Like my whole thought process about it is tuners are trash. We'll leave tuners alone. We know tuners are dog shit. Let's hone it on XP. What's up, Zuda? How you feeling, brother? Good morning, it's Saru. Good morning. The 3 cost, I think, is a prime example of possibly the most fucking frustrating, annoying thing to farm, right? All 3 costs, no matter what set it is, can roll with like 8 different stats, right? So if you are looking for a Glacio set, and then you consistently get Fusion, Electric, or whatever the case may be, it's fucking dog shit. You finally get your Glacio set, you enroll it, and then you realize it's fucking dog shit, and then you put it back into another Echo, and so on and so forth. The problem is you have to get it. You have to eventually get it. And so I 1000% think that the echoes are way more accessible, but also the XP problem I think is still very prevalent. I think it's still very prevalent because I could build like 10 characters fully built with near perfect echoes before completing one character in Genshin. Well, now we also have to be a little bit fair here though. Genshin, complete dog shit with building characters. Also, good morning, Queenie. Can we get a fat shout out for Queenie? How are you, Stinky? Genshin Impact limits characters in way more ways than Wuwa does, not just echoes. And the big plus about Genshin is if you're a veteran player and you have some resin, you could technically build those characters fast because you have fodder. All of the other echoes in all 1,000 or 2,000 echoes in my backpack are completely useless. Completely fucking useless. For a new player, the experience is fucking horrendous. For Genshin, it's the worst thing of all time. I'm just going to be honest with you. But if for a veteran player, and as you build up time and play the game, it does get better. In Wuwa, I think it's a little bit. It can get better. I'm not saying it's not good, because it is good. It's the best one out. But I still think there's flaws, especially with the tuners. We all agree the tuners are ass, but I do think more XP is not bad. Like, there's no reason why Databank does not give some sort of tuners or XP. Because what is fusing all of these echoes doing? If I fuse 1,000 of them and I get 200 of them, and out of 200 of them, 50 are usable, and then I upgrade them, and then they're all dog shit, it's just a waste. It's just a waste. So I get it. Don't disagree with you, but also it's still a problem. Wuwa does not need to remove the 5-piece because you could farm a lot of echoes. At Genshin, you get harder time to farm artifacts because you have an off-piece. Echoes is a better system if you manage well, or worse if you throw away. I mean, Echoes is a better system overall, but I don't see a problem with getting rid of the 5-piece. I think the 5-piece is just kind of there, you know? Like, getting an attack 1 cost can be annoying. Yo, Etheria, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in. We're having a great day today. Getting a 3 cost, actually, the perfect reason why should they get rid of the 5-piece is this. Is literally this. I'll show you right now. The reason why getting rid of the 5-piece wouldn't even be a bad option is simply due to the fact, where is it? It's under Echo List. Under Echo List, I think. I'm farming my Havoc set, and then now I keep getting this, or I'm farming the new set, and it keeps dropping with the wrong thing, right? So if you get rid of the 5-piece set, and you only make it a 4-piece set, now granted, this will never happen. We have to be realistic. It's not happening. I know it's not happening, right? But imagine being able to run an off-piece Cuddle Wuddle. Like, let's say you got an Electro one, but it gives fusion damage. You buff it, gives fusion damage, has good rolls, makes life a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's the way the 3 costs are handled makes it that the 5-piece is fucking frustrating. You know, it's flexibility. Exactly, Tillian. I agree with you 100%. Flexibility. So yeah, it's easier to get the main stats in Wuwa. 3 costs are absolutely abysmal, and 4 costs take forever to farm, but it is definitely easier for sure. Off-piece 3 costs is the dream. It is the dream. I wish they had made it 6 echoes. Having 2 + 4 7 would allow more variety. Something, man. We need a strong box. We definitely need a strong box. Remember in Fusion set there was only 3 variation 3 costs. Man, I'm getting shafted trying to have 2 separate 3 cost echoes. Yeah, it's rough out here. One thing I like about HSR, the substats are generally way more important than the relic set bonus. It's okay if you need a rainbow. See, I don't know a lot about HSR, so I can't speak on it, but the rainbow stuff I think is valid. Like that I don't think is bad at all. I think that's pretty solid. What the fuck? Squeeze, what did you send me? We just spam my shit with a bunch of fucking echoes. But yeah, probably with 10 cents. I'm a 3-year play 2020. Yeah, Pyrogob, it's just fucking thingy. 5-piece is lowering RNG chance on off-piece. Yeah, so I want to finish the video because we still reacting to the video. But yeah, I think that there's still ways to improve the system. Just because it's great and it's the best thing we have at the moment does not. This is where, like, I don't want to get into like the Genshin syndrome where it's like, you know, it's good, so I love it. It's like, or, you know, they kind of have this thing where it's like they get fed a little nice thing and then like, oh my god, I'm gonna come. Like, I think it's okay to criticize it. So just, you know, keep that in mind. Pros and cons of all system, I agree. Yeah.
Well, prepare yourself.
Tier 5.
Because Tier 5 is what I like to call the bullshit. While everyone may have their tolerance levels of complexity of late game farming, Tier 5 games take the cake for me for being some of the most excessive
what up, Seven? What's good, brother?
systems I've seen in a gacha
What's good, baby?
game. Not only does it have all of the aforementioned features of Tier 4, there's some kind of extra layer or complexity or annoyance to take navigating the gear system to the next level.
Okay.
I will give a few examples of this, but just know that I actually enjoy some of the games I'll talk about.
True.
This portion of the video is a critique purely on the gearing system and nothing else. There's a handful of titles I'd fit into this category, but to be honest, there's likely one or two ways it can annoy you in its gearing system, but it's still manageable.
I agree with you.
Such as how in the PvP gacha game Epic 7, you have to pay gold.
This is Tier 5. Epic 7 is absolutely Tier 5. Yeah, that makes sense.
To unequip gear. It wouldn't be that bad if it was a single-player game, but due to the nature of its main mode being PvP, gear quality is one of the things I hated. Important.
Yeah.
When I tried out solo leveling Arise, there were a total of 8 relic pieces, all with their own substats attached. Normally, I wouldn't have passed this game to this tier by that alone if it weren't for the fact that when you upgrade an artifact, you have to use a special currency on top of gold, and the upgrade could fail, its failure rate increasing the higher you upgrade.
It's like they took the Raid Shadow Legends thing. I hate the chance to upgrade shit. That shit is so frustrating. Fuck that. If I'm paying currency, let me just upgrade it. That whole fucking your upgrade failed. Fuck you. This isn't even a real gacha game. I'm saying, yo, it's good, RB. How you feel about the KR style? It's not a crash grab. Yes, it is. Stop it. Yo, Zuri, what's going on, brother? Korean grind heaven. How you feeling, man? How you doing? Failing upgrades is classic Korean MMO design. Yup. Yep. Good thing about solo leveling it was the banner system. I heard it was super predatory. I heard it was super predatory. I tried it for a little bit. It was cool. I played it for like 2-3 hours, but then it stopped working because it was like it just dropped. In some words, there's no XP. You only need gold equivalent level of the gear. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad, right? You know, it's pretty solid.
Rated. If the upgrade fails, you don't get your resources back. You just have to keep going until it succeeds. If you think these are bad, there is a game I would like to award the crown to for the most complex gearing system I've seen so far.
No, it's not FGO.
I love Brown Dust 2. I had a blast going through the story and being introduced to the cast.
Okay.
This game does a lot of things well, primarily its generosity and fan service elements.
Do we play that?
If you think Nikkei has it nailed down, Brown Dust 2 is also not pulling any punches. I returned to the game at its 1.5 anniversary just to claim the rewards and revisit it. And one thing that's kept me from making it a mainstay in my catalog, and why I'm most likely not making a follow-up video on it, is due to its gearing system. Let me break it down. Every unit can have a maximum of 5 pieces of gear.
It's Gunnar?
One of which is the equipment that each character will have their exclusive, which is to be pulled from the gacha. Only that respective character can equip their exclusive equipment. In order to craft gear at all, you have to gather enough raw materials. This can be farmed via various maps using daily stamina. Then, since UR tier gear is the only one worth considering in the late game, you'll have to convert the materials to its higher grade level with a dust currency. For UR gear specifically, you also need a special crystal currency that's given out in events and other activities in controlled quantities. After that, when crafting gear, its actual rating is randomly rolled from 4 possibilities, from grade +1 to +4, 4 obviously being the best. Your odds here are not very good. As you can see, since the most late game builds will want +3s or 4s, you actually only have a 20% chance of landing it, with 4s having a measly 5% chance of dropping. Since there's no
any interest I had to play in the game's gone. Fucking out the window. Any interest I had to play in this game is absolutely out the window.
No way to upgrade the tier of gear from a +1 to +2, for example.
Oh my god.
What you get from crafting will remain that way forever.
What the fuck is this, bro?
You can dismantle gear, but you don't get the original crystal back from forging it to begin with.
It's not over?
So after you get a +3 or 4 relic, you're far from done. Now, you can level it to 9 while boosting its stats, but not so fast. Each upgrade attempt could fail, and you just have to keep going until you get it. After reaching level 9, the total amount of stats given to the relic's main stat is still not set in stone. It's also random from a range. The gear is now rated based on 3 letter grades, with S obviously being the best. You now have to re-roll the letter grades using gold. This process also uses solo leveling Arise's method of requiring a different powder currency. Now, getting 3 S's is very unrealistic, but even if you go for triple A's, it's still gonna sink a bit of your gold reserve. So after all that, surely we're done, right? Well, there's still the relic substats. Now, using a different crystal currency and more gold, you can reroll the 3 substats of the relic. You can lock a few in place, but doing so will greatly increase the cost per roll. Once that's done, you just have to do this 4 more times for each character. If you use the in-game link to the page showcasing the odds and probabilities, you'll soon realize that maybe it was for the better if you didn't.
He's still going. Can we get a fat shout out for Lindsay's? We have a great day today. Never complain on my Gacha game again. High key, yeah, bro. I'm you're like, what the fuck? Bro, what is happening? Bro, there's so many different currencies. What is this? What in tarnation? They're so insane. Everyone go follow Lindsay's right now. They're amazing person. If y'all beat the shit out of you, they're gonna save me and Lethal Company later tonight. Holy fuck. It's honestly that bad? No way. There's more? But wait, no, there's not more. There's not.
Instead.
I don't believe you.
The only positive
no, that Amethyst, I have no what the fuck this is. Brown does too.
Of satisfaction or superiority that you're able to navigate and conquer a system like this. Plus, since Brown Dust 2's units are costume-based, you only have to get a full set, and all of that character's variants will be wearing it. I'm sure someone can make the argument that you can swap gear around, so it's not as bad as I make it out to be. But what I am trying to say is that the existence of this gearing system is what annoyed me enough to not want to stay. I'd still recommend giving the game a shot, as all the other positives still make it worthwhile. But my award for the worst gearing system.
Bro, I am not playing this game. I actually thought the gameplay looked kind of cool. I'm good. I'm actually okay. Are we still talking about the same game? No, we're talking about quantum physics. We're talking about the centrifugal force and my ass clapping makes you know, like, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Bro hit his Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2. Power of the sun. And the like, what the fuck? What's good, crew? How you feeling, brother? I need to make a decision about who I started playing. Give me 3.5 seconds, brother, and I got you. I got you in 3.5 seconds. Once I finish recording this video, we're almost done. We're almost done. Quantum physics?
So
yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck? But I got you in 2 seconds, brother.
So what have we learned today? Well, game design...
What have we learned? I'm going to just touch grass. I'm moving to Canada. I'm going to go live with my girlfriend. That's what I learned. I'm out. Yeah, I think that's what I learned.
Designers must strike a balance between healthy player engagement or just plain annoying to play. The next time you see a separate equipment gacha or RNG relics, you might think that the game doesn't need this junk to be a fun game. The experience would have been so much more enjoyable if these weren't present. And you'd be absolutely correct. These games don't need these mechanics to be the most fun it can be. It's a small stain on an otherwise spotless experience.
Yeah.
However, the gearing system goes hand in hand with the live service nature of mobile games. And it's a compromise that everyone must be accustomed to. So what kind of gacha gamer are you?
I'm not anymore, I'm retired.
Slow but guaranteed progression in a system without any RNG involved, or are you a thrill seeker that enjoys chasing the electrifying moments of landing that perfect artifact? Let me know if you like the trend that most modern gachas are following, or which model you enjoy engaging with the most. If you wish to catch more gacha related content, you know what to do. Thank you for watching, and as always, have fun out there.
This is a great video. This is a great video. He encouraged me to gamble real quick. So to end out the video, we're going to plus 25 one more echo just to see what happens. And if we get crit damage, you guys owe me 3,000 subs. You know, which should he put Will in? He put it in dog shit. He said it was the worst game he's ever played. I'm not going to lie to you. And I kind of agree with him. As bad as E7's gearing, it's personally my favorite. E7 is so much fun because of the PvP. It really is fun. It just takes a time to get there. Yeah, but that's crazy, brother. Holy shit. Can we try a Rainbow Tower test? I mean, I'm not against that. I kind of low-key really want to plus 25 something real quick just to see what happens. HP and defense flat? Bro, chill. Let's see what happens. I could smell it. This is the greatest way to end a YouTube video, just using my plethora of currency, right? What a kick in the dick. Dude. I mean, yeah, I think Wu still has the best one, but it definitely needs to be improved for sure. But yeah, comparing to Brown Dust 2, like, bro made a whole category for Brown Dust. Like, that's fucking crazy. Absolutely. I appreciate Genshin and the other games a little bit more now. After seeing that. All right, boys. Let's get it. Plus 25. Plus 25 right here, right now. Yeah. Okay. Fucking we ball. I'll use a couple. Change UI. Yes, sir. Good looks. I'll use a couple of these. I gotta stop after this. I gotta save my shit. All right, let's see it. Flat stats? No. I have the fattest ass of all time, so nothing's flat. Ah! Because I'm like that. Because I'm like that. With that being said, like the video.